The question which has been raging across our state has been about the revocation of Indian passports on account of people who have acquired Portuguese citizenship. This is basically it. First thing, mention about Article 9 of the Constitution, which says that when a person voluntarily acquires citizenship of a foreign state, that person shall cease to be a citizen of India. Straightforward. Now the question is, how does a person acquire citizenship of a foreign state, especially Portugal? Portugal, in the citizenship law, recognizes it that the moment a person has registered the birth or transcribed the birth in the central registry in Lisbon, acquires citizenship of Portugal. And there are other provisions, Article 21C and Article 27, which also recognize this position undisputed. Therefore, a person has or has not obtained a passport is not necessarily an argument. The registration confers the citizenship. The problem about the passport is there is a time limit of 3 years for surrender the passport. And even persons who have travelled on an Indian passport, some have not travelled on Indian passport. Those cases, the Government of India, by the OM of November 2022, has allowed these people to surrender the passports. The place where the Government of India has not allowed them to surrender the passport but directed that there should be a revocation should be upon where an application is made for the purpose of renewing a passport or reissuing of a fresh passport, suppressing the fact that they had acquired foreign nationality. So this is where the issue is coming. Otherwise, ordinarily, the passport office and others don't know. But if you make the declaration or if it's found out then you have this issue which comes up and props and stares at your face and knocks you out. I've also mentioned that once you have acquired a citizenship of a foreign country and that you cease to be an Indian national, cancellation of that registration of your birth in Lisbon does not revive your Indian nationality once again. For the simple reason, by cancelling that citizenship, you could have gone to any other country. By cancelling that citizenship, you would have been a different national. Why is there a presumption you get back an Indian nationality? To get back an Indian nationality, you have to come into India lawfully, reside lawfully for that 7 years which you have to reside, and then you need to apply for it. So this is basically sum and substance of it. I know that a lot of people have been stuck with this situation because our officials from here, including the then NRI Commissioner, had made statements to say that the mere registration of the birth does not confer nationality. And then they were canvassing with the central government to make a provision for an amnesty for these people. People under that belief, many people under that belief, felt that registration, we are not doing anything, but this will be for the benefit of our children. And therefore, we are not in a position to say that we have renounced our Indian citizenship. The question of renunciation of Indian citizenship doesn't arise. It is automatic cessation of Indian citizenship which takes place and come into effect upon registering your birth in Portugal.
Okay, and one important thing is what those who born in 1961, they automatically get Portuguese citizenship. After liberation, Indian government imposed their citizenship. There's some confusion in between them.
Those born before 1961 were Portuguese nationals.
Yeah.
As you rightly pointed out, the Government of India by citizenship order gave them Indian citizenship. Of course, it said in there that those who do not want to retain the foreign nationality must make a declaration within 30 days before the concerned officer. Most of them were actually put into those camps and many of them were packed off and they went off to Portugal. Maybe some secretly held it with that, by saying, yes, I'll keep my passport but let it be, I'm not getting a certificate as Indian citizen, but I live over here. Some people just live, maybe they could not afford, maybe they never had any other house over there, maybe they had no place to go, so they remained here.
So what is the solution for this?
Wait. Even those people, if they had, I'm telling you this, if they had also continued registering, renewing their passport that time without a break, then I would not have seen a fault by law, technically, to say that you have voluntarily acquired citizenship of a foreign nation. But what has happened is, once Portugal ceased to have any relationship with us in the sense that of continuing with these things and the benefits, there was a break. People now positively have gone to register those births, and the children or successors, because up to grandchildren can do it, they have gone and registered their births to get the benefit for themselves or for their children. Now this positive act is where you are getting stuck. There is, under Schedule 3, there is a provision also, which was introduced by the 2009 rules, that if you had that citizenship, you had the Portuguese citizenship and had not surrendered, then it will be proved that, deemed that you continued with your foreign citizenship. But those are very few people. They may be even dead and gone by now, I don't know. But otherwise you should have been a child at that time. There are many people who may perhaps, because it's not that they might have had a Portuguese identity card, everyone would not have had a Portuguese passport, understanding this. So that rule refers to the passport, people holding the Portuguese passport at that time. Because don't forget another thing, even from travel from Goa to Bombay or from Goa to Belgaum, we required a passport. So there was a passport control also. So on that, people had those passports.
So what is the Q&A for this?
The solution for
The solution, I think the government of India would have to bring out an amendment to protect these people. And I think the government of Goa can do its part in recommending to the central government. They did promise in 2012, 2015, the government of Goa was promising, and you can see all the correspondence in the noise, and as an amnesty, because I think then after you give this one time, you see what we call, like you have an OTS scheme, like you can have this one time waiver, and you can allow these people to take a decision, maybe within 30 days or 60 days, decide where you want to be, either here or there, give them that one chance, and then after that, I think that thereafter be strict. Because this ambivalence has been created, according to me, by the government itself and the government authorities. Forget what private agents may say, people may say, WhatsApp groups may say, forget that. I blame the government of Goa and for being ambivalent on this stand, not making it clear. In fact, as I read out the letter of the then NRI commissioner by saying this is the position of law, which was not correct also at that time, but people believed it to be the law. And so many people, even after that, kept on registering by thinking that we are not going to get affected.